うん。とりあえずツイートしよう。ね。ちゃんとスタートとかも書かなあかんな。大変やんみんな。こんなのすべてちゃんとやるっていう。マジでサムネも何も作ってない。そのままでいいと思ってる。なぜか謎の自信が。あとこっちね。はい。ツイート。なんとかなる。なんとかならなくても少なくともは自分で自分を楽しめるっていう手がありますから。全然苦何もない。はい。ここで何や他にあったっけcomments. I can do this. Don't worry about it. I got this. Do not be afraid. Don't chill. There we go. Oh! Awaken. Great Cross Z Dragon. Awaken. Oh my god. Alright. There we go. I have a feeling everything is maxing out a lot, so I'm just praying it's not maxing out too much. Let's see, maybe like this. Okay. Good day. Good evening. Hello, Simon. Hello, Wolfsrabe. You're alive. How could I be afraid? I'm alive. Don't worry. Don't fear. How are you doing? Oh my god, Ed. I always keep saying it's been a while because that's what I'm used to now. That's the greeting. I don't even know if it's been a while. Has it been a while? Let me know. Hello, Anba. Hello, Wolfsrabe. How are you? Good morning for you. Good evening for me. It says in the title, in Japanese though, it says, it is evening. And then a bunch of books. I think that's what I put as a title. I had no inspiration. I'm doing this for the love of the game, brother. How are you? How is the morning treating you? It's Saturday, which means it's great. It's always too long. Huh? What's too long? The morning? Saturday? Saturday is never too long. Saturday is always not too long, huh? Wait, no, I lied. I said it's evening. We're going to have a relaxed chat, and that's about it. And then a bunch of hashtags. Don't ask me about that. こんばんは。そして、時差の方々、おはようございます。こんにちは。いらっしゃいませ。本日も夜です。雑談します。ゆったりと。It is evening. I will be chatting with you guys about whatever. Or with whoever is present. The time between your streams. Oh! No, man. Okay, listen. I have something to defend myself, okay? Because we're always putting me on the spot. We're always saying that Anba does not stream very often. You know what? I have streamed quite often for my norm, and also you gotta do things with like tastefulness, you know? You have to dose out the good and the bad. If you keep feeding people candy, they'll get tooth decay. Yeah? So you gotta go in doses. I am like candy. I don't bring lots of wisdom or lots of nutrition for your brain, but I do exist and sometimes it's fun. I like your streams and I'm always happy to watch them because you are amazing and adorable. Okay. You're literally the only person in the world who has this much faith in me. I wish I had this much faith in myself, but you know what? I can pretend. Yeah. Thank you very much. What have you been doing? What have you been up to today? Generally, I do not have a topic. I can tell what I've been to today. It's been a little bit of a busy day. I helped a friend moving today. So I went over to, I guess yesterday I also went over to the place to get a key. And then today I went there to receive the packaging and everything. Not packaging, their luggage basically. All the things that they have to move around. So I did that. And then after that, they were going to go shopping for other stuff. And I was just kind of like, yeah, you know what? I think my entire battery died just being in the sun. I've learned I'm incredibly weak to it. So I don't know about how you've been thriving this summer. Any of you. But I have realized, I think, despite the irony of being a sun fruit and the tagline being a little bit like the kingdom that bows for nothing except for the sun. Yeah, we're bowing before the sun. We are actively fearing the sun at this point in time. I'm using a parasol. I never use that in Europe, okay? I do have to give, for my defense again, for my excused defense and the truth that I do have to lay down in front of everybody to understand my dire circumstances. It is so that the sun in Japan is a lot different than in Europe. Europe has its moments, but overall you've got some clouds and everything going on. Japan is just one big solar ray. This is why in Pokemon you have Solar Beam, I think, as an attack. They just base it off of the reality of being in the sun in Japan. You just get burned through. I got some stuff to renovate my room, but otherwise mostly relaxing. For some reason, I've been carrying lots of stuff in the recent days. Been carrying lots of stuff? Shopping? Strength training, carrying hopes and dreams, wishes and well-being of people, being the hero of this age, Wolfsgraven. That's very becoming of you. I wouldn't expect less. Wouldn't expect less from you. You can hear, like, I'm already on like brainwave 5. I don't know what I'm doing. As usual. I'm having a good time. Yeah, what have you been carrying around? And why, if I may be so intrusive to ask about that? Do I have to say I've been carrying a lot of stuff today as well? So, you, me, brothers. Or cousins. Helping moving, and then in the evening I went around and, which I shouldn't be doing, but I did anyway, I went to a secondhand bookstore like an idiot. I went to the library recently. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. At this point there are so many books. I literally, this is gonna be like a bit of a TMI and something I usually don't want to share because I want to seem like I've got stuff together. I do not. I need a new bookshelf. I am literally, books are on the floor. That's how bad it is at this point. I have to give it though, there's lots of library books I got this time, so I'm gonna put it on that too. I don't have that much money. But there were some good promotions in the secondhand bookshop. They have over here, they have this chain store. I don't know if you've heard of it before. In Japan it's called Book OF. I don't know if I can say the actual full. I don't know how branding and stuff works. But Book OFF basically, which I would not even call it that. I would call it Book On instead of the other one. Because you get so much, it's insane. Like 100 yen books, that's less than €1. That's like 16 cents for a book. Okay, a full one of 300 pages. That's hours of entertainment you can have for 60 cents. Netflix could never, okay? I helped a friend moving. Helped in my office throwing stuff away because we're renovating. You're doing the same thing as I am. Is it moving season? Why are people moving out? Is this some kind of migratory sort of instinct for people? Is that how this works? I hope the moving went well. I hope it went well. It's always an entire ordeal, but it is a nice thing to share. It's like this one of those moments where you can be like, I don't need any special skills. I don't need anything special. I can just arrive by myself and just spend a while carrying stuff and have some patience and, I guess, strength. And then I can help you, you know. It's a bros helps bros. You can never have too many books. An enabler. I do not dislike this. It's an enabler. Yes, feed me. Feed my obsession. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Validate. I don't know if you validate me in my endeavors. Over here in Germany, the Ausbildungen, oh my god, fucking hell, I have not been in Europe enough. Ausbildungen. Jeez. I know this is like the German version of the Dutch afbeeldingen. No, or I'm wrong. Huh? Am I completely wrong? Why do I think of like Ausbildung? I think of like pictures. What's the Ausbildung actually? I should ask the question first. I shouldn't just assume. Yeah, I don't know about over here. I just think it's like the time period. You know, people usually come into Japan. We're talking foreigners, right? They come into Japan, and the first year you're kind of allowing yourself to live either with somebody or in a sort of a dingy apartment because, like, you know, this is the first time in the country and you don't really know how the money works and all those things work, and you just want to play it safe. And usually those are also the easiest ones to rent. So you just go to an easier apartment, and then after a year, once you got used to the lifestyle, you got used to stuff, you kind of start to understand how things work, you're gonna move out to another place, because then you had the time to look it up too, to actually visit the places, you know, which you could not do if you're just coming over just right now with your visa. So it all makes sense to me that after a year or after so much time, you're gonna move out, and then you need some friends to help moving out if you're not by yourself. So I can be that friend. Hey, sometimes I am useful. Training, that's what it means. Huh? I had to Google it too. You had to Google what it means? Is it... You're telling me a term. I think I'm being misled. I'm going to look it up myself, you know. What's saying? I'm gonna ask this in Dutch because I do think there is like language relation, and usually we have a little bit closer relation to German. We should know. Wat is Ausbildung? Duaal onderwijs in Duitsland. What? This is to do with education? Okay, let me read in my mother tongue. Means training. Oh, hold up. Duitse universiteiten trekken buitenlanders aan met een hoog opleidingsniveau en de afwezigheid van vergoedingen daarvoor. In Duitsland is er echter een mogelijkheid om niet alleen een hogere opleiding te volgen, maar ook om een werkspecialiteit te verwerven. Met het befaamde duale systeem kun je de vakken onder de knie krijgen. Laten we eens kijken wat Ausbildung is en welke vooruitzichten... Oh! Wait, I think I got it. Like, outwards building yourself as in training. Like it's for jobs? Like to kind of work on your skill tree? Is that what it means? Ausbildung? もう本日はドイツ語のお勉強ですよ。Ausbildung とは何って話になってきて。今はそういう時期らしい。で、あれが練習 Correct! Oh, I'm correct! Okay, okay, okay! そっかそっかそっか。自分のスキルの分岐をもっと発展して、なんだろう自分を改善するみたいな感じかな。だからそれも多分仕事とかにまつわるようなね。まあ確かに9月やからね。ヨーロッパだと日本と違って日本はなんか4月とかからは April is in Japan the timing。4月とかからはみんな新しい仕事が始まるねんけど、ドイツとかベルギーとかが特に9月好んでますね。でなぜならその大学とかも学校とかが大体まあほとんど8月の終わりくらいには夏休みが終わってしまうからね。There's a little explanation. Does it have to do? I think it has to do with the school system as well, right? Because usually the universities end around, or sorry, the summer vacation ends around the end of August, which means that around September is when you start to train people and get people onto a new job. Or I could be completely off. I just know in Japan it's April. That's the time period when a lot of people start with new stuff because Japan's school years are different from ours. Learning, Ausbildung. Okay, I'm getting it. I know Aus, I know Bildung. I just gotta put the compound words together. Laten we eens kijken wat Ausbildung is en welke vooruitzichten buitenlanders hebben na het voltooien van hun studie. Tell me. Oh, okay. Er wordt op 2 plaatsen getraind, bij de ondernemer in het bedrijf en bij de onderwijsinstelling. Is it like internship time? Because it's talk about dual education, where they mean that in the company you are training and also at your university or whatever. Things are connecting. Things are making sense to me now. Also, if I can ask, what time is it for you right now? I know there's like quite a time difference, but I don't know what time we're on. I know over here it's like 8:17 in the evening. Good evening. It's not such a bad time, is it? Could have been worse. Could have been way later. But I got very Genki music on in the background. And I've got some time, so who cares? So like I said, I helped for my day. Just talk about that. I helped a person with moving today as well. And then afterwards went to the bookstore like an idiot. It's a secondhand one, but still like an idiot. And I'm just like, I'm gonna walk in and maybe nothing will happen. No, some things do happen. Immediately, actually. Idiot. You know what I got? I figured in Japanese, okay? Talking, I'm gonna be very honest about my Japanese level. It is good enough to understand a lot of stuff, to be able to speak to some degree, but I still feel I'm not there yet at all. And I tried to read to like kind of up my level and whatever, because I feel that's like the one thing foreigners often avoid. So I'm gonna be like not like all the other girls and try to like not avoid it as much as I can. Something I've done last year, I've already said this before, but I just want to share it for people who want to try or think that this might help them if they're also studying Japanese and they want to get to the N1. I just spent the entirety of last year reading instead of doing any other studying, and then going towards the 2 months before the actual exam, I spent time on a workbook. I think no, actually a month maybe or something. I spent time on a grammar workbook mostly, but really focusing on my strengths and weaknesses. So I did not spend as much time on vocabulary because I'm like, I've spent a year reading. Like, come on. If they're not gonna they're not gonna give me texts that are way beyond all these novels I've read, because that's what the Japanese people are reading. So I'm just gonna throw my coins into that one and pray. But anyway, what I came to the conclusion is like, I can now read to some degree story novels. That's okay. Shousetsu is what they call it. That's fine. But I have some issues with things that become a bit more abstract. Like, for example, when we get to more artsy things, like poetry. It's not that I don't understand the meaning, but I'm just like not doing a great job at really understanding the beauty of it. So that is something I've got to learn for myself. Yeah, enjoy your lunch, by the way. Don't worry about it. You know how it goes. I can entertain myself. This can be a radio show for me, for you, for anybody who comes with the archives. That's all fine for me. And anybody who wants to chat, feel free to chat. Feel free to put something in there to keep me going. If not, I'll just be chatting by myself. Which, if that's what you want. But yeah, what I was saying, poetry. I think it requires a level of language skill where you're able to understand good things versus bad things, and I think I still don't know. It's like a good period, I think. Like, I ended last year, like I said, I just started reading a shit ton before I avoided it as a plague because all those characters, I don't know. But now I was just like, okay, I got a bit used to it, but I still don't know what is good language versus bad language. What makes, like, I know personally what the things that leave an impression, but I don't know linguistically if this is good Japanese or bad Japanese. I can't tell. I can't tell what good writing is, so I just read everything, which I think is a blessed time period. I am never really stuck for specific writing. I can really go for the story. In English, I do have that, and in Dutch. If I don't like the writing of something, say I've got a novel or whatever, and there's a good premise, it's something I would enjoy, but the writing is just throwing me off, then I might not read it, you know? That is something I have learned. But, yeah, Japanese, still something I'm not too sure about. あれ、日本語ではね、まだまだ、しっていうのが、まだ、いまいちですね。いまいちっていうか、ちょっとわからなくて。なんか何が上手な、なんか表現的に何が上手なのか、何が上手ではないのかがまだまだいまいちですね。頭の中にはまだまだ全然処理してなくて、処理っていうか、そのアンテナがまだ立ってないんですね。なので、今回はね、ブックなんちゃらなんちゃらっていうところに行ってしまい、そこで早速いろいろ買っちゃって、その中にはなんか詩の本も買いましたね。なんていうのね、これもうそもそもジャンルとかもわかんない。詩って言ってもいろいろあるんですよ。短歌、俳句とか、いろいろあると思うねんけどね。でもこれも普通に詩と思うけどね。ちょっとわかんない。Finally got to catch you on Scream. Anba じゃないか。Oh! It is Shrimp. Hello! Yeah, finally! We've been kind of, not avoiding, we've been kind of missing each other. Because I saw you were having streams, I just kept missing it. But I had some stuff to do during the day, and then other times I'm just literally in my bed asleep. Unconscious. More book recs. Let's go. Yeah. Well, I haven't started it yet, so I can't even say it's a real recommendation. But I was just like, I gotta try this at some point, right? I just don't know if it's good or not. We're gonna see. But I do wanna... I have the feeling this is my way of going about it, and I don't know if it's good or not. It's like, without much of a plan. But with reading, I'm very much like trying to not discriminate and just go over it. And what I don't understand, that's fine. I can still decide whether I want to use it as a study book or whether I just want to go over it, you know, get it over with. So I get slowly used to the lingo or whatever. I know that for English, for example, when I started learning it, when I started reading it properly. So I already knew some English, but when I really started to read books and comics and a lot of manga stuff, and obviously subtitles because anime. I think subtitles actually taught a lot of people a lot of English. And games. And then at some point other stuff. That there were so many things were just blanks for me. Like I would be reading a subtitle and I honestly have no clue what's going on. But because it's an anime or something else or it's a series, I can see on the screen what's going on. And then I can kind of assume, like, if they're saying something like, if it's like a sentence kind of like, I will punch you in the face, right? And I don't know the word punch or the entire expression of punch you in the face or something. I know the word face or punch, but I literally see them do it then afterwards. I can kind of infer what it means. Like, 0.1 brain cell active, but it's possible. I've also been streaming later than usual. Yeah, timings matter, right? But also we are off time zones. Like, there's no way. There's always stuff going on and things to do. And I've been a bit busy lately, like I told Wolfsrabe just a bit back, that today I've spent some time helping a person, a friend of mine, move. And Wolfsrabe has been doing the same thing because of Ausbildung. It's like apparently a German time period where you do training. People graduate from university and they start doing internship training. Oh, sorry, dual education where they work at the company, but they also still study in school. So it's just a time period where people might be moving to new places for their jobs or whatever, really, right? Yeah. So I've been doing that, and after went to the secondhand bookstore, got a poetry book, and I also this is really, so I am not really much for a flower person. Like, I don't know them. I don't know flowers. Like, I don't know things about flowers. There's some people who are, you know, there's like flower language and people obsessed with drawing flowers and the beauty, and I wish I had that much class, but up until now I had no clue. I'm just like this. I can tell what a rose is. I can tell what a tulip is. What flowers do I know? Tulip, rose, hydrangea, whatever. I can spell it, can't pronounce it. Is lavender a flower? I don't know. I just don't know flowers, okay? But I found this this picture collection. What do you call picture collection? Like a picture book. And it's not drawing book, right? It's like a photo book of some or the other photographer. And I just read like their foreword about it, and basically they were giving this entire emotional speech about their mom, and it was a bit too emotional and hit a little bit too hard. Apparently their mother passed away and they were starting to remember certain things and whatever, and just keep the people close that you love and whatever. And I was like, okay, that hurt me. And then I opened the rest of the book, and like I flipped through a few pictures, and those flowers, my god, they're like each picture is a collection of flowers, okay? But it's like a world on its own. I don't know if I can know, like, I don't know what good pictures are or bad pictures, but it hit me like an illustration, like a painting. Like they put on some of them a sort of effect. You know that you can see it in anime and stuff too. I was legit thinking like, oh my god, I think these are the sorts of pictures that anime is trying to recreate in its arts and whatever when they're doing these beautiful sceneries. Like, I don't know, are there sceneries of flowers I can think of in anime? There are many. Like, I often have that idea of, like, in the night, and there's, like, stars in the sky, and you have, like, this field, for some reason it's glowing, and there's, like, white flowers in it glowing even more. You know, like, angelically ethereal or whatever. It's like they capture it literally in picture. Like, that sort of beauty. Never seen that before. And it's different from seeing it on a screen on the internet, I have to say that too. Like, that's why I got the book. I was like, should I just add there's flowers on the internet? But it's very different. Like, the impression it leaves. I know a cactus when I see one. Yeah. I don't though. There's cacti that are not prickly, bro. Are those even cacti anymore? There's cacti with flowers. And you know what? I used to have, when I was younger, I used to have a cactus that had hair? Like, not hair, sorry. Like wool around it. White wool. Which is really cool. It looks like a little mist around it. I don't know why. It's what that is. But cacti come in all sorts of shapes. Can't say one cacti is like the other. We can't be racist towards cacti. I only know the Forget-Me-Not flowers because Final Fantasy and Love in Deep Space. Yeah, the Forget-Me-Not ones. I think they're blue. They're small and blue. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy definitely has those scenes, right? In the church. That's Advanced Children, right? Like Final Fantasy 7 when you're playing with Cloud. Or I don't know if you're playing exactly that one with Cloud, but I know Cloud's in Advanced, like where the film was from. I remember that there was like the scene in the church with Aerith, I don't know how to pronounce the name, and a bunch of flowers in it. I always thought that was one of the coolest scenes, like ruins of a church and then flowers in it, like nature. It's always cool. I dropped something. Life. Anyway, then finished the movie. My friend was like, well, I still gotta go like do some shopping. Are you still willing to hang out? And I was like, no. But then I was like, does your neighborhood have a bookstore? And I got super excited. My friend was kind of weirded out. I actually noticed myself too. I'm like, wow, I think I really like books. But it was closed, so life's hard, so that's why. Probably that idea just had me stuck to the idea I needed to be surrounded by books again. They're still there. There you go. Yeah, you see the church flowers again when you meet Aerith. Yep. See? There's something about the imagery of flowers, okay? I still don't know what any of them are called, but holy shit, and they're beautiful. Oh, Roxas, hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Hello, Joris. How are you doing? Hang out? Nah, bookstore? Hell yeah. No, literally, when I saw it was only today too. So all the other days, all the other Saturdays, all the other Sundays, this bloody bookstore was open. Just today. The day I am there in their neighborhood, which is difficult to get to because the first time I looked up how to get there, it was like 3 bloody buses after each other. And we all know buses in time. Even in Japan, they don't always come in time, okay? And in Japan, the worst thing is that like, if one bus does not come on time, if you then need to take a train or another bus, the train will always be on time, right? So if it's like a few minutes later, you're fucked, right? Or if the bus happens to be on time the next one, then yeah, you're fucked because they really have it calculated out to the minute. But buses aren't always that reliable. Well, obviously there's traffic, right? So it's not really their fault. They're trying to be as on time as they possibly can. It's not like Belgium. Belgium is horrid in that. We don't know what we're doing with our public transport. The amount of times around... Oh my god. The worst thing... Let me tell you about the worst thing that happened to me when I was going to... We're talking about buses, okay? I should put actually the topic down so people know what I'm complaining about, so nobody feels it's their fault. Bus. Okay, there we go. I put a topic name down so it's a bit easier to follow. Oh, hello Blackie, how are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Look, we are collecting the people we don't see as often. I have returned. Hello, Wolfschabe. Look, Blackie is here. Wolfschabe is here. Joris is here. Shrump is here. I feel like I'm back in Europe again. My lord, have I missed my hometown. My hometown time zone. How's your Saturday? Hope you're having a good Saturday. Let's complain about public transport. Now the Europeans are here. Let's complain about... If I complain about public transport to Japanese people or Japanese friends or people who have lived in Japan for way too long, they're all just like, what are you talking about? Everything's on time. No, I think they have complaints, but they're not gonna be of the same level and genre as what we're complaining about. Yeah, unfortunately, they're gonna complain more about how, like, it's kinda life-threatening, but more from, like, the decision of the people who decide to do certain things, right? You get what I mean? Okay, cool. But I can't really... If I complain a little bit too long about, like, how slow or unreliable public transport is, they're just like... Anyway. Like, you're still on about that? Like, was there, like, one Like, or no, the worst thing is when they're kind of like, yeah, I totally understand. You know, I had a time when my train was 5 minutes late. I'm just like, what do you mean? 5 minutes late is on time. We're not built the same way. We need to stop talking, actually. I regret I brought it up. It's my feelings, but I regret it. Streaming at a good time. Look, old times are good as long as I'm alive, okay? As long as I'm kicking. Any time's good. At this point, we have to be beggars, we can't be choosers. The highlight remains Anba. Public transport. Yeah. Dude, don't get me started on that crap. I'm glad I own a car. Honestly, that's why all Europeans have a car. Don't forget to like the stream because we all love Anba. I forgot about that. I should probably put something down. It's like the stream, please. Okay. I should. Also, I think that if you put a poll down, it might actually help with preventing bots, I think. I don't know. I don't know if bots can vote. Can bots vote yet? Can clankers vote yet? Did you like this? Did you like the few minutes I've been on the internet? Oh, bloody hell. Nope, we're not scuffing today. We're not. Did you like the stream? See, I started the stream. And I started talking. The sound, everything worked. I even got this little list up, and that also worked. You guys are here, and that worked. So you know what? Maybe today will be a day with no scuff. And the poll works. Man, killing it. Voting rights for bots, not for clankers. Not for bloody clankers, no. I just came back from a trip in Paris for a concert. The travel had some up and down with the trains. There we go! See? If I'm bringing it towards a European audience, we're all just like, yeah, duh. And we can go on about it. Like, it's like the weather. If you just... if you're waiting especially for a train or a bus, there's always like a topic to talk about. I was gonna say like the worst story I had was when I was in uni and I had like final exams of which we only had... I think only one chance, or like the second chance was like around the time period I actually would find it very hard to make it. Because I was also doing, I think an internship, like, and I had something going on around the same time period that the second chance exams would be, right? So I was full on gambling there to get to get it done in the first time. Like I don't need it. I've never been 100% person, okay? I've always been the kind that's like. Somebody's like abusing the button of it's distracting me. It's not even one. It's like these are unstable emotions. There's love, there's 100% report card, there's laughing, there was crying. Appreciate it though, thank you very much. But yeah. And celebrations, alright. Show me your emotions, I guess. That's me. Okay, Shramp. I'd never seen... What's this button? I'm just never looking. No, I'm by using the robo slur. Look, I'm not on TikTok, but sometimes I know things. And I've been laughing a lot at those clanker memes. I've been following this guy that has been doing these poetry slams about clanker rights. And it's just been... it's been amusing me a lot. Like, they're full on going poetry slam with the rhythm and everything. I can't even... I don't know how to imitate it. But either way, I had to get to my exam and I already took a... Because we know how it works, right? And at the start, there was only one bus every hour for me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be an idiot because this is my one and only chance. So I'm going to take the bus before the bus that I'm actually supposed to take, and the bus I'm supposed to take, supposedly, is also already a little bit earlier, but that's just how the system, I guess, the timing, the schedule is set up. So I would be like 2 or 3 out, like I would be 2 hours or something earlier, maybe even 2.5 or something early to my school, but I'm like, that's fine. Be early, then I can sit there and review a little bit, right? That's actually a very good time period to review. Just keep your brain fresh. The bus doesn't arrive first. Takes way too long, whatever, really. I haven't not seen a bus the entire day. More and more people keep collecting. And, you know, the entire... I've already set up the entire premise of it. Obviously, the bus was not coming. So eventually I had, I think, my uncle or my mum or whoever drove me there, and another random person at the bus stop that I was getting along with. Like, we were talking, and they basically looked it up, because you know me and technology. They were like, Nina, I haven't had the bus app. I'm like, what app? And like, well, there's like this real-time app that has been existing apparently since 1984, and everybody uses that one to keep up with the buses, but the app was also not being up to date. So apparently what had happened was that the buses, not all buses, I think our bus and another line decided to just not work that day because they were on a strike. But I thought strikes had to be done in a group. But no, because I did not see buses all day around my area, but I saw them somewhere else, so those buses were driving fine. They were just like, nah, not today. Just, they're not coming in, and they just like, it's a strike. It's so Belgium. It's so Belgium. And eventually I got there like, really, like almost too late, because they closed the doors at some point and then you're effed, right? So I just ran in and got in with my group of friends, and I just pretended I'd been talking in the hallway all along with them, and they just let us in. I don't think they really cared. Just wrote my name down and everything was fine. But man, that gave me a full-on heart attack. That made me really scared. That was back when, and I did, there was only afterwards that I really started to drive, because I don't remember what exam that was. Was it the final exam or something? No, I was already driving. I think, actually my car, my little sister might have had it. So why the fuck would I choose by my own volition to take public transport? I don't know how we got here, by the way. Oh yeah, because I was taking the bus and it's actually quite on time. Just have to watch out, because from my friends, from my place to my friends, it would take 3 buses, and then things can get a little bit iffy, right? Because they're so on time in some instances, and in some they might not be because of traffic, but then you're still kind of effed because the next slot would be very much on time, right? So there was that route, and then there was like a route where you had to basically go back in the other direction to find a station, a stop where other trains would come that are connected to the line that goes to my friend and stuff like that. Eventually I figured it out, okay? So I got there in time, everything was fine. We got the bus and we got all the stuff inside, moved all the things. The bed also arrived, so at some point it's like, should we just make the frame? So I made the frame, and at the same time that was happening, I was also in a meeting, technically. Because I don't know if Blackie knows, or if anybody else actually knows the European side, because I've been talking about this mostly in time zones that you guys weren't around. But I actually finished something, an original Vocaloid song called Contradictions, with a team of, what would you believe it, Latin Americans. They all speak Spanish. They all their mother tongue of all the members, because you've got like 4 something people from Chile, and then 1 person from Peru, and then me, and they all have as a mother tongue Spanish, but they all speak English for me in the chat. It's literally just for me. Like, they would sometimes be in call, and then I would have gone to the bathroom or something, and I come back, and they're like full on Spanishing to each other, and I'm just like, hey guys, and then I don't know, like, they would warn each other, and it's so kind. They would warn each other like, oh no, we've got to speak in English now, pero whatever the fuck, and I'm just sat there like, no, we have to speak in English now because it's in the server, and it makes sense, and it's just because we're in this international group or something like that, and I'm just there like, literally I'm the only one here, like from the artist to everybody else. I'm the only one that can't speak Spanish, and low-key it kind of hurts me, because you know that I make like language learning half my identity. Then the one language I do need, I cannot speak for shit. I can barely read it. It's so sad. It's so sad. So what I've been doing is being very fucking annoying. When we weren't really having any proper meetings, I would just be repeating Spanish back to them. And maybe one day, I'll be able to speak it or at least understand it. You know, that is my hope and dream. That's royalty energy for... Really? I feel so bad about it. I really feel bad. I'm so useless. I feel this when I hang out with my Norwegian friends. When I leave, they switch right back to Norwegian. Right? And, you know, God bless, or whatever cosmic power. Girly energy, cosmic power, everything. The fucking Chinese zodiac, whatever, bless these people for being so fluent. I've never felt more like an American. I was just sat there like, oh no, I'm the American in this server. No. Is this what it feels like to be an English speaker surrounded by random Europeans, random Asian people, and whatever, and having all the time everybody adapt to your language? Is that what it feels like? Because you know what? I kind of feel bad for you guys now. I used to be like, well, you got it so easy, but actually it sucks. Actually, it kind of sucks. Not American Anba. It's my American era, you guys. It's my. Maybe I should try to change my accent then. It's my American. No, I don't even want to. I don't want to bring in Ambrina, because that is just, Ambrina is like a low blow. Ambrina is like an easy one, because it's an entire character that speaks a certain way. I need to, as Anba, be able to speak more in an American accent, like a full-on one. Okay, I know I use some vernacular and stuff, but I need to go full-on. We speak American in this house. Yeah. Ambrina is the way. No, Ambrina is a vibe, but it's not an accent. Not American Anba. Not Anba. Not the American. They do something with their A. Let me think about this for a second. They do something with their A, and that's why I a lot of times don't want them to pronounce my name in English. I just say, just call me Anba. They do something with their A. Yeah. Yamba. Ah, got it. Not the American Yamba. Ambrina. Ambrina is the way. Yeah, they do something with their TH. It's a D. Cool. Why that phrase in particular? Why that phrase in particular? Summon circle for Ambrina. Yamba. More like unpronounced European yeehaw. Ronnie tried to teach me how to yeehaw and call the other time. They were watching, what's it called? Pico, what's it called? No, Genzai or something. Am I wrong? Was it Pico? It's not Pico. It's Topi, Tico. What's the name? What's the name again? How am I remembering? Baby Prince speaking for the first time. It's beautiful. Reject adulthood. Return to baby. Fucking hell. It's not easy, okay? You have to overthink every single... Is this my voice? Yeah, it's not easy. You have to overthink every single syllable, I feel, when you start to really think about it. I love the way Ronnie speaks, honestly. Yeah, I like it too. Like, I know there's always like a sort of reputation thing going on, but I think I like the twang a lot. I don't really... See, I don't live around those areas, and there are, like, I think stereotypes and whatever, but I don't really care about them because I don't really meet people from there unless they're from online and I'm friends with them. And then I don't care because I already liked him, you know? So I do have the luck that I haven't directly been in a frustrating predicament with people that apparently cause these sort of negative stereotypes in America for people from the South, right? I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not taking sides of anybody. I'm just saying I haven't because I don't live there, because that's a fact. So I just get to filter out the people I do like that are fun. Yeah. And I like the accent. I like the twang from them a lot. You know who I like a lot? Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus, when she sings in the country music. It sounds. I really like how the twang sounds where it sits in her mask, like around the nose to project for singing. Love it. Anyway, that was a good attempt at American English, but that's what I felt like in the server, basically. Being the only one that they all have to speak English to. And the worst part is like, everybody's doing their best to communicate, speaking English and whatever, and I'm sat there with the pressure of like, oh, you know, I'm now the English person, so I should know the most. And they would sometimes ask me how to say something or pronounce something, like, by the way, how do you pronounce this? Or like, how do I say this? And I just don't fucking know either. Like, a few times I just made something up, and I'm kind of sweating because I hope I'm correct. I might have just lied, to be really honest. I'm just like, yeah, it's this. Oh, thank you, Anba. For sure. No problem. Star sprinkled banger. Star sprinkled banger. Star sprinkled. Star sprinkled. Fuck, I really don't remember. What's it called again? I'm gonna Google that. I'm really, you know, I'm not trying to be stupid. I'm really kind of sat here like, what stars sprinkled? I know it's star sprinkled. Banner, not banger. Banger. What does that mean? Star sprinkled banner. Because it's a flag with stars sprinkled on top of it. I'm explaining it to the people who definitely didn't remember. Just pretend you didn't remember and I just taught you, okay? Thank you, Anba. No problem. Always giving, always serving. That's what I am. Royalty. Thank you. Yeah. Noni's voice, man. Low. He's the crown prince of England to them. Yes, I am. What? Yeah, man, I originated the language, don't worry. Oh, loading! Is everything okay, or are you just talking about my brain? Because that I'm fine with. But if it's the visuals and everything else, we're having an issue. Might be having an issue. Bum bum. Ba-da-bum bum 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 bum. Seems to be okay. I'm talking about your I'm talking about your brain. Just talking about your brain. I know I mentioned it, but I don't feel good about this. It doesn't make me feel better somehow. I need something to know whether we're talking about my brain or whether we're talking about the stream, because I foresee that in the future this might cause a lot of confusion. Anyway, photo book, poem book, also 2 books. Wait, what is this? These are, I think, technically kind of for kids, but I don't really care. One of them is called Switch wo Osutoki, and it's like a book about a boy. Well, let me see. I got it, I still don't know. Oh! It's a social experience with children. Okay. It's a mystery. So there's, I think, 4 children, and they all at some point received a switch that they can, you know, like, you know the switch where it's like the red button? They all received it to carry. And if one of them decides to push it, then they basically kill the other person. And I think the social experiment is like, let's see how many years these children will wait until one of them kills the other. Like how long they can resist the temptation for that. And then I think after 7 years, nobody has pushed the switch. And they think that's like, what do you call it? A exception. So they're asking the reason why they want to live so much. Oh my god. Wait, hold up. It's not as happy-go-lucky story as I thought it would be. Hold up. Say shonen. Oh! No, it's even worse! This is a group that actually wants to kill themselves, not each other. Oh, KMS times. And so they were given a Switch, and then it's like, why are you... And the question they ask is, why are you guys still alive? I thought you wanted to die, that's why we gave you a Switch. But the reason for why they still want to be alive is apparently even worse than the reason why they want to not be alive. Okay, this is for children. This is a book for children. It even has the bloody... It has like the reading for it, like the furigara. You know, the little reading for kids that's like, by the way, you read it like this to make it easier for you. Like, sound it out. They're like... They're like the absence of reason to live. Like, did you... I shouldn't be laughing at this, but they wrote it out so nicely. It's like, hello kids, this is nihilism 101. Oh my god. I straight up thought it was a mystery to figure out who gave them the buttons and why they didn't kill each other or something like that, and that it would have like a heartwarming reason for it, but it's a full-on mystery genre. Oops. It says essay at the start. Oh wait, no, I'm stupid. They categorized it. Oh! No, they're just like, these are storybooks. Storybook essays and Huh? And mystery are just put in one corner of the store, I guess. Oh, I only saw the part that was like essay. Whatever, man. It was 60 cents, 60 euro cents. 60 euro cents to see children to learn why. I'll let you know if it was something that broke me or not. I should, if I'm like reading so much, I should really start reading the summaries better and not just be like, oh yeah, and just F off. I love to read, but I do have an attention span. It's just not giving attention to the right spaces, I think. Oh, I murder. Nobody played their Nintendo Switch, man. Not this one. They're hardcore, yeah. Do we have those kinds of novels? I don't remember there being novels like that. You know what we had when we were younger? Animorphs. That went hard. I don't know if you've ever read that series. You know, the one where they like this, the book cover where they slowly transform into one or the other animal. That went really hard. Darren Shan. That went really hard. Teenage Times. Darren Shan. Animorphs. Maybe if you're into a Twilight. That is a score. Japan is just like, do you want to know about nihilism, sociology, and do you want to question with me together if there is truly a reason to stay alive or not? Okay. Gotta teach them while they're young. Guess that's all they got. Yeah, you got this time period. Plastic brains, whatever. Most impressions. I'm just hoping it will have like a proper good ending or some sort of heartwarming answer. This is for kids. There's like no way it wouldn't be, right? We can't have like das Leiden des jungen Wertes for like fucking what is this age? It's literally from elementary school, middle school. We can't have like 6-year-olds being like Reh. Animal Farm, good old kids literature. Do I have to say I read that as a kid? Goethe's Faust. Yeah, Germans were onto something else. The Russians as well. I really liked Animal Farm, but you know what? I did not know Animal Farm was like a critique on society back then. I was just like, these animals are going hard. This is so cool. Like, I think Animal Farm is something I read because it was a thin book, I remember. It wasn't that thick at all. It was really fun to read because I'm like, these animals are going hard. They're so serious, it's like an anime. And then years later, because of Animal Farm, I really liked dystopian fiction, right? And it's only in school that they were like, by the way, this is based on like actual stuff. I'm like, Lenin, Stalin, don't know about them. I only know about Porcupine. I only know about the 3 little piggies. My reason is bruh, that literally killed me. That actually, that Loki took me out. I think Wolfsraven's comment low took me out. Am I back? I don't know. I think I died for a second. Huh? I think we're back. Short hiccup on the stream. Oh, good. Cool. Cool, cool. Don't... Actually, I shouldn't be saying that. No, compliment me more. If you don't want to see anything of me anymore, just keep complimenting me. And if you want to... I think YouTube was just like, oh, you know, you're looking positively at this idiot. Hi back, I'm Wolfsraven. Hallo, hallo Wolfsraven. Sorry. It back. Cool, 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 cool. It really did take out your rip stream. Yeah, I was making a joke and then it happens. You know what? Everything I welcome manifests. It's just manifesting. When you're royalty, you just have to speak it and it happens. It's like Lelouch v Britannia, unfortunately. I should really watch out with my words then. I don't remember much about stories I was taught when I was young. I don't know. What did you read when you were younger? Actually, that's a good question. I might actually want to know. Because I am going through kids, like, not like full-on kids, okay? Things that you read when you were like from middle school or on. Because that might actually be good material for me to read from. I was debating whether I should get this French book that was also kind of aimed at middle school. Or I don't know, middle schoolers, but it wasn't for adults, but not a difficult one. Like, I read a bit through it in the bookstore, and it was not that hard, but it was not within my price range at the time. I did not read at all when I was a kid. Read like the first Harry Potter or something. That's already a lot. Harry Potter got jumpstart a lot of people. Also Harry Potter, right? How could I forget? Darren Shan, Harry Potter, The Hobbit maybe? Not Lord of the Rings. That was a bit when I was a bit older. It was a bit much for me. Shouldn't topic 2 be books? Now, by the way, you're right. Buzz, book. I don't know, man. All the same thing to me. Read the timetable. Read a book. Thank you, Blackie. There we go. Books. There you go. We're so good with this. We're so organized. And the first book of Stalker, because I love that game so much. I don't know that one, huh? Stalker? The game? What's that about? Never heard about that before. I remember a book in secondary school that I had to read called Swim, Fat Boy Swim. What the fuck? Once more, Japan. Existentialism. Nihilism. Sociology. Understanding your reason for being alive. Versus England. Having a child swim. This seemed like a bit of a deeper book in the sense that it might be, I think, about topics like bullying, maybe? And going through that? Shouldn't be making light of that. That's my assumption hearing the title. I wasn't much of a reader when I was in school. Really? Because I hear from most people that is the other way around. A lot of my friends are like, when I was in middle school and elementary school, I read the shit out of everything, and now I'm older, I'm not reading anymore. Huh. Are you guys reading more now then? I read a book, a series called Warriors in Germany. It was called Warrior Cats and Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson, you're right! And Warrior Cats. You know what? When I was teaching, last year or something. Yeah, last year. When I was teaching still, for English to the kids, there was one kid who was obsessed, but I think it's Warrior Cats. Because they have a Japanese title, forgot what it's called, I could be wrong, Nyanko Daisenso or something. He kept going on about that and breaking books about it to class and merch and whatever, and there was a game about it as well. I'm like, how do you translate, teacher, how do you translate Nyanko Daisenso? I don't know the game, so I'm just like, it's Warrior Cats probably? So now he thinks it's called Warrior Cats. It might be a completely different franchise, but you know what? Maybe someday, in that way, he will find Warrior Cats and enjoy himself. There was also Geronimo Stilton. That was later, I think, when my little cousin, when I was babysitting them or whatever, it was like one of the first longer, bigger books that she started reading, so I read it as well because she was really into it. So I'm like, alright, let me read about Geronimo Stilton the Mouse. It's actually very charming books. I would have loved it a lot, even more when I was younger. I already had a freaking Game Boy when I was young. Why would I read? I also had a Game Boy! Those are different though. Those are different. I believe the Fat Boy book, did it cover a lot of bullying obese people experience? I don't remember much. This seems something like that, right? You learn so much. Well, I have to say though, I'm not gonna be I think that gaming can be as good for your brain, as good for your development of empathy. Oh my god, the music. Your brain can also develop a lot through video games. So what we don't understand as a society is that reading is good, but any way or form that you are interacting with another person's experience outside of yourself, and you're able to transfer your own experiences, your own feelings into that person, or that person's feelings onto yourself, then you're able to develop what we call empathy. Something like that. I always keep remembering about that meme with Nozaki-kun where he's like, read fucking shoujo manga and develop some empathy. I regularly think of that quote. And games do that as well, I have to say. Especially story-based games. Especially those where you have a character that you're going through, I guess, arcs with. Final Fantasy is a good example, the one that Ku's playing recently, right? Like, once you get really into the mindset of the blonde emo boy, the Scandinavian coded emo boy with a big sword. Once you're like, that could be me. I think that's when you're developing empathy. I really think people should read more for empathy purposes. And read without, like, not without thinking, but without criticizing thinking. Just really suspend to believe. I think people are doing that not enough these days. That is my critique on how people are these days. And if I can be even harsher, you know, at some point I should bring a friend of mine in, because she brings the best out of me, or the worst out of me, is however you look at it. The amount of times I told her everybody is fucking illiterate these days. How frustrated I am about that. I'm not saying people can't read, but people are reading, maybe that's just my preference of reading, but they are reading in such shitty ways, like with preconceived, like, I'm gonna read this book so that, like, you know, booktube stuff. I tried to follow booktube stuff in the American English-speaking sides, the international side, and there's only very few people I can stand, because, like, oh my god, I didn't think, like, I don't want to critique the entire movement, because you do get, like, some really golden eggs that teach me so many things, or give me extra information or insights about how they read it or whatever, right? But you have some people, my lord, I think they just read the books so that they can throw takes on social media. And it low-key hikey pisses me off. Like, what are you doing? Why can't you just go into the world of whatever it is and kind of experiences it? If you're gonna keep looking from your own views, then you're never going to develop empathy or learn how to judge certain situations, right? How would you know what you're gonna do if your boyfriend turns out to be vampire? When you're reading the book, keep that in your mind, being like the critique and everything. You can have it, but keep it in your mind for a while. Just sit with that for a bit. Like, what would I do? What if I was Bella and Edward was real? Like, would I date Edward? Like, he's like 75 million years old. Like, that's maybe beyond my age range. Like, I do like older boys or older girls. Like, maybe I'm really into cougars, I don't know. But, like, what really defines cougar? And what really defines a daddy? Because, like, at some point you're grandpa, and then what he is would be like 12th century, whatever. That's ancestor. I don't know if I can do ancestor. But also he has a lot of money, I think. So there's that. So financially, you'd be set. But I don't know enough about the culture. So, like, there's cultural differences. Like, apparently, adults can imprint on my child. And that's okay. And also my childbirth will be the worst ever. And also we're gonna play hockey in a big field, and there's gonna be Paramore music. But also Claude Debussy. And we're all gonna have this filter on ourselves that's like blue, like all the entire time. So I don't know if that culture really fits with my values of how my culture is. Like, once you start going for that, you learn something as a person. Your heart becomes bigger. You're like, oh my god. And then, even if you are not a Bella in any shape or form, maybe in the future you'll meet somebody who's kind of like a Bella, and you'll be like, you know what, girl, I understand. I understand your plight because I went through it when I was 14 and I was reading Twilight. That's how you should be reading! That's what I think how reading should work. That's how I develop empathy, at least. What are we talking about? We're talking about the truth, Blackie. We're always talking about that. You need to follow. This take, you know what? This should be on CNN, on MTV, not on MTV, on, not on MTV, on NHK, something with an M or an N. NHK, VRT, it's a Belgian version of all of that. What's news channel? BBC? Not like Blood Cell, but the actual channel. This needs to be on all the big ones. I've got the take of the century. I can tell you what's wrong with people these days in one go. This is it. We're all illiterate, and I'm done with it. I don't have mild opinions about how people treat fiction, okay? Really pisses me off, because it doesn't only stretch towards fiction, it also stretches towards art. It stretches towards how people treat games. If you are a gamer, you should understand that the reviews are often like, you haven't even played a game, what are you on about? It stretches to films, where people see one trailer and they're off on the internet. They're ready to like bury it under the history of nothing, the history of the shit that they have to say that they don't know what they're talking about immediately. Stretches to everything. And you know where we'll end up? I will tell you where we'll end up, okay? I feel like I like the old guy from The Simpsons, like shaking his fist at the clouds. I'll tell you where we'll end up, okay? Because I've got the truth. I always have the truth. We're gonna end up with the AI bros. That's where we end up because of this. I don't need this idle BGM. I want something more political. What is political? Is this political? Give me something that gives me authority so these people will listen to me, because I know music does a lot, okay? It primes your brain to like take in a message or not. Let's see. Give me a background music that gives me more authority and more no. It's not gonna be this. And background music that gives me authority and like how do you say overriding negotiative power. Yeah. This one? That's video game music. Whatever, we're in a video game right now. Everybody understands? You can still have hope. We exist. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Yeah! I yep at the clouds too. Idle VGM. That's not the right one. Authority in an elevator. This is also not it. I actually don't know what musics they use for people in the... What BGM do they use for politics? Mega Man villain music, yeah, that's not it. Anyway, you guys understand what I'm trying to say, right? So the first thing we gotta do is we gotta read a bit more and just suspend our belief. And when we're finished reading the entire thing, when we're done with it, then we can discuss in full length the entire thing, but with some level of respect towards the art of it. Given that is, of course, that the author is not a complete dickwad, which happens, unfortunately, a lot of times, in which case, yeah, go off on the author. But the work of fiction, some separation. Does not mean I'm forgiving the woman who lives in mold as much, but, you know, I do separate it a bit from the fiction. Still guilty of being like, I'm a Slytherin, I'm such a Slytherin, because I'm a millennial, unfortunately. Is this Ace Attorney? Is this what I do a court case in? In this sort? I don't remember. Is this BG Ace Attorney code, eh? Huh? I don't know, this feels like the BGM you have in like a dating sim game. And there's like not a cutscene per se, but like a daily life thing. It's like, I'm gonna do my tasks. Anyway, I don't know how we got here from Switch, the book I got. Cool. Which is the other one? One more. Nanonai Shisha. A Messenger Without a Name by Yusuke Yamada. Actually, the other one is also... Actually, the other one also Yusuke Yamada. Yep, Yamada Yusuke. There we go. This one is about a boy who can see people's time until they die. Oh my god, the theme. This is not it. Give me a moment. What the fuck? These are not according to their titles. What is this? A lullaby for werewolves? What? Bro, it's morning. They're gonna fall back asleep. You know what? Whatever. I've been told that my voice makes people sleepy, and I'm taking it. Would feel more offended, but apparently one of the streamers I like a lot has been told that as well, so now I'm very complimented about that. Either way, a boy who can see the time until people die, and he's able to give them a little bit more extra life with a special power he has. And he's called a existence that's called like a shisha. By the way, in Europe, shisha means something completely different, and it doesn't really actually give extra life, it might actually make your life shorter, but whatever. It's called a shisha. And, he meets, Oh, he doesn't have a name apparently. And he meets this girl who, I don't know, she starts naming him Teku because he doesn't have a name. She's like, your name's Teku now, which, alright. And he starts to learn about happiness, about sadness, and many feelings, okay? But, しかし永遠に大人にならないテクと成長していく。Oh, but unfortunately, he is unable to become an adult because he forever remains like a kid. He doesn't grow up, but she does. So, 避けられない別れの運命が起きていた. And then a faith wherein that they cannot avoid is closing in on them. で、いつか命を捧げてもいいと思う人間に出会えるのだろうか. Then it's like, oh, wonder if he'll be able to meet somebody where he is okay giving his life for, something like that. 切なすぎるラストが胸を打つ。七死の命と運命の物語。Apparently it's gonna be so sad at the end. And it's gonna hit me in my heart. That is a summary. Which, I guess kind of like a romance, I don't know. I just like the entire Peter Pan idea of it, so I'm just trying to figure out how they're gonna do that. And also his powers. He can give life apparently, so I kind of want to see how they're going to avoid, because it's kids' story, so there's definitely going to be adults that are up to no good and other people up to no good, or people who really need his help, you know, like other sickly kids or something, and how they're going to circumvent or how they're going to handle all that. Also, the growing up thing is so painful, but also so beautiful. So I made a good selection, and then there is last one is like a series, so I can just say in general the summary is one of them, which is called Paradise of Frogs, or Frog Paradise. I don't really know, it's almost like a fairy tale, but they take it really seriously. I'm not even gonna bother with this, there's 2 other books. Maybe say it one other time. I got it because I recently read another book where this author was giving basically an interview about some stuff, and then he was like, by the way, I also wrote this. I'm like, okay, I'll get it. I bet. Don't worry about it, I'm easily convinced. No, I think that's a rec for authority music. Oh, a recommendation! But, you know I can't play Can I? I can't play Ace Attorney music, because then I'll get banned again. Then, I think that I get copyright struck again. No, it was me saying, think an Ace Attorney BGM would be good if you're looking for music to give you more of an authoritative vibe. Oh, okay. Wait, hold up. Let's look very literally. Royalty-free Ace Attorney music. Give it to me. give it to me, give it to me. I've been told that too, and I've been trying to undo that. Like, what the fuck? Wake up! I'm trying to tell you something. I don't get sleepy from listening to either of you. No idea where that came from. Blackie can't resist hoppies if they were confirmed. True, I'm too dense to get what they want. Anba's buying decisions are rather confusing. I don't think they're confusing. They make sense. Video BGM are mostly fine, no? As long as it's Nintendo, you should be good. Really? They're not copyrighted? And some of Square Enix songs. Yeah, you know what? I got a strike the other time. Did I get a strike eventually on Moomin Valley? Because I was playing Sephiroth's theme for way too long. I don't know why I was playing Sephiroth's theme when I was playing Moomin Valley. I don't know how that's related, but you know, I never question the genius of my decisions of the past. There must always have been a reason. We're just not looking into it deeply enough, okay? Not my fault you're not looking into deeply enough. Always deep, deep, deep. Study with Phoenix. Ace Attorney music playlist to chill, relax, or work. Hype. Ace Attorney music playlist. Hype. Ace Attorney music playlist 2.0 by a different, but no, same person. Anna Bonanza. Ooh, Bonanza. Relaxing Ace Attorney music to make your brain shut up. We don't want to relax. We want authority. Epic Ace Attorney music to corner culprits to. Okay, you know what? Let's spin the wheel, see if we get hit. This is, I'm gonna corner culprits to, which means authority, right? Every gameplay video would get flagged left and right if that was the case. I wasn't thinking of, well, as we were talking about it. Then you can't play games in stream, but there are certain games you can actually not play in stream, even though people do it. It's just, at this point, why would you put your game on Steam or anywhere else? Especially on Steam. If you don't want it to be played in stream. But there are games like that, right? Which still confuses me. I'm like, well, you're on the wrong platform for that. You should have just kept it somewhere else then. That's a good playlist name, lol. They are very descriptive in their titles. You know, I do like the thing that these titles are starting to look more and more like, what do you call that again? Light novels, or that light novels started to copy video titles with their length. That could also be it. Actually, yesterday I got copyright claim for some of the terrible piano music I played on stream, but it was by people who didn't own the music, so I appealed. There are people who do that, randos. There are people who do that. Yeah. There's also the other way around that, for example, I'm just gonna talk about the contradictions thing. Like, it's hard sometimes to monetize certain things. So basically what my producer does is he copyright claims his own songs on his own channel or something. Pardon me, in order to get the money from it some way or another in like a roundabout way. Then he doesn't have to do a gazillion other things. And apparently that works too, and people do that. I played his song in my stream at some point as well, so I'm waiting for him to copyright claim me because it would still give me money. Because it's on Spotify right now, okay? And technically I own 50% of the idea and the composition rights to it, because I don't know, actually. I don't know. I was just there when things happened. Right time, right place. The Tifa and Arif music I played in FF7. Oh yeah. Don't understand these things. Well, I can tell you something about it. Apparently, on YouTube, because I looked up a while back, I'm like, what the hell is a copy claim? How does this work, right? Like, at what point am I making a cover? How long? Like, if I am, I don't know, singing a song in stream without any of the instrumental, right? Would this be up for debate in this sense? And what I learned is that YouTube does not make any sense, that's all. Like, you could have a video of like a culprit being caught in a police van or something, and in the background they could be like hitting the beat of like "We Will Rock You" and maybe drunkenly humming along to it. And that would actually be up for copyright claim. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether people even recognize it. Whether it's in rhythm or not. For the idea of it. In the event Queen wants to claim that rearrangement of their song, they could. Anba was in the room where it happened. Truly am. I'm just the witness. I get witness claims. Honestly, they should pay me for being in a room somewhere. I've been saying it recently as well when I arrive somewhere, because I cannot be bothered with fashion these days. It's way too fucking hot to... I'm European. I do layers. I don't do well with summer clothes. You know we're shit at that. Europeans and summer clothes are shit at it. I've never learned. It's not my culture. It's none of my upbringing. I just come with as little layers as I am comfortable with, and that's all I got for you. And we should all be happy with that. And I get comments on that in Japan, because Japan is like, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. just to coordinate my clothes, which is insane, because I won't. I'm just all the time to them like, we should be happy, I am here. It's the same way I am very consequent. The same way I treat people in stream, whether you are on the Japanese side of it, in the English side of it, whether you're my friend in real life, I usually show up with the attitude of like, I'm here, and that's all I've got. Roll onions. Oh, come on. Just let's not even pretend, okay? Look around Europe in summer. We are shite at summer fashion. We can do it. It's not impossible. We just choose actively not to, because the heat fries our brains. We do not have time for color coding, coordination, composition, organization. Everybody should be happy. We're still alive. Some of us get baked into a different color. Some of us, like myself, in DNA-wise, should be fine. DNA-wise, my ancestors say you're from the mountains, closest place to the sun, in one of the hottest places in the entire effing world, India. And you know what? I go outside yesterday because there was a typhoon. I went out during a typhoon because I love the smell of the rain, and it wasn't that bad, and rain is fine, I don't give a shit. It was cooled down so much, really liked it. There were clouds, everything up there, so I was not gonna burn. There was 1 millisecond, one fraction, one window of less than an hour where there was sun peeking through the fucking clouds, and I got it's not a burn, I got a rash on my neck where I was standing, not using my parasol for that moment in time. The rest I'm fine, like the part of me that was in the shadows and stuff is fine. It's literally that part of my neck that happened to feel the heat of the sun. But I was like, nah, it's not even an hour, it's like a few minutes, like let's not exaggerate. And I put on sunscreen as well. Japanese sun is weird, man, really watch out. If you come over, please do use your sunscreen. I am not joking. I am fine in Belgium, I can tan even. It's just Japan. I've been on vacation. That's a lot of authority I'm receiving for this part of the conversation from the BGM. 5 a.m. like your people's in Japan. Damn, I feel them island from 5 a.m. You wake up at 5 a.m. every morning? Bruh, I've been doing 7 a.m. and it's honestly been killing me. So true, my fashion becomes Chinese uncle when the sun comes out. See? Went out in a typhoon and I was still here. You get child behavior. Truly am. Typhoon depends what it is. Typhoon here can also just mean lots of rain. And if any, I prefer lots of rain as compared to like misty, I don't like fizzly rain. You know what I mean? Where it's like, bringing out an umbrella is stupid, but also not bringing one out just guarantees you walk in with your hair everywhere and your face just... You will be completely drenched. It's not falling. Just like, make a decision. You're either gonna rain or you're not gonna rain, but not this bullshit. Hate it. I like full rain. And I like the smell of rain. It really prompts me to go out and to go to places. I went to a cafe I sat near the window and I spent, kid you not, 3 hours reading a book. I only finished like one chapter of it because I was studying every word I came across I didn't understand or I thought I understood but wasn't sure about, or that I wanted to remember a specific sentence or definition of. So I was basically studying a little bit with that one. Pretty interesting one about keiki ga kirenai hishonen tachi, about kids in a institute for delinquents, a delinquent institute, and they are unable, like, basically the entire book is teaching about psychology. It's like, how come these kids keep doing these sorts of keep committing these sorts of crimes, and what could be something we're overlooking. And what he found out is that a thing we could be overlooking is they are literally unable to process certain... You can't tell a child to reflect when they do not have the ability to reflect, like genuinely the mental ability to do it. And he figured that out through tests that they did in the institution, where he was like, oh, can you take this cake and cut it into 3 equal halves? And the kids would be unable to do it. And kids, I'm talking about middle schools to high schoolers, absolutely unable to do it, time and time again. That he's like, well, you can just start from 0 and try again. Doesn't work out at all. Things like that. It's like weird that they can't think of the Benz formation, you know, the peace sign formation. But just from that little thing that he noticed, he brought out this entire theory of mind, why they are unable to do it, and what their way, where they got stuck. Anyway, super interesting stuff. Also psychology stuff I'm interested in general. Wanted to learn the vocabulary and whatever words of that, because I have some idea in English, not in Japanese. That's what I've been doing, because the rain gave me so much energy. And also I think 4 or 5 coffees over there also did something. I could barely sleep this evening, but I still woke up at 7 a.m. to help with the moving. 5 coffees was too much. You know, coffees, if you have coffees of your usual brand, after a while you get used to it, but then you drink a coffee of a brand that is not your usual brand, and you are hitting the ceiling. That's what I'm telling you. If you ever want a really big energy rush, drink too much coffee, black coffee, which you haven't done in a while as well, because you usually drink milk coffee, which is bad for you because you're lactose intolerant, but you know what, go off, go. 5 of those, black, did that. Studied 3 hours in one go. That's nature's Adderall that I did right there. Should not be doing that again. This is why coffee is classified as a drug in some places. Anyway. I zoned out so hard. I actually don't know what I just said. Yeah. Nice BGM. I think I just used up all my brain cells for whatever the fuck I just said, and I genuinely have to go look back in the stream what I just said. What did I just say, genuinely? Yeah, I think I'm done. I think I've done enough for the evening. It's gonna be 10 p.m. 30 minutes. And I do have somewhere to be tomorrow. You just got a live experience of me walking out on myself. It's a really weird feeling. So tomorrow, today I helped with the move-in. The day before I went to get the key. Tomorrow I'm going to a friend's place because they decided they wanted to give out some clothes that they don't need anymore. But they have like a lot of nice shirts and whatever, so they were like, oh, I'm gonna invite some friends, you guys can hang out, and if you want some of the stuff we're going to give away secondhand anyway, might as well look if you want any of the things before we put them out. So yeah, we're all coming over, so that's gonna happen tomorrow. And I better be there. They said, you can come in from around 11. Then I said, like, I'm gonna aim for 11, but we all know that I'll be there around 1. We all know, because I'll tell you this beforehand, not gonna lie. You say 11, I'm likely gonna be there around 1. Do not expect earlier. That would be misinformative. But we're gonna try anyway. If we wake up tomorrow around 7 a.m., then it should completely be feasible. But they live a little bit out of the way. So, anyway, that's all to say that I probably should be going to better slowly get ready to calm down and maybe look into the books I got. So it's not just piling up unrestrictedly. You enjoyed the rain, you went out to cafe and read a book. Did I get that aggressive about it? I mean, I can see myself getting aggressive about some things, I just don't know which part. Anyway. Enjoy the song, Ku, but we're gonna cut it off in a bit because, yeah, I think I've done my evening greetings. I've seen the people I wanted to see. Usually I don't stream at this time because my poor neighbors, but we're still okay right now. It's like not even 10. They shouldn't complain. It was a fun time seeing you. I can stream, yoppie. Wait, you were not allowed to stream before I finished? Oops. Okay, then I should finish it really quickly. Enjoy then. This is like a weird form of raid. Enjoy Shrump's Final Fantasy stream then. Go to that channel. Enjoy yourself for the rest of the evening. Good evening, good night. I might come by or might not. I'm really sorry. I'm like really clocking out of my brain. Thank you. Yes. That's about it. Beep boop beep beep boop beep boop. Thank you. Good evening, good night, and goodbye.